Hello, let's try this exercise translating word problems into algebraic expressions. Let's again recall. Algebraic expression. Expression is a mathematical phrase that may contain variables, coefficients, operations, plus, minus, parentheses, exponents, powers, anything, but no equal sign. It's like an open expression. 3x is an expression. 3x plus y is also an expression. So let's practice. I'm going to go over this example of translating English to math. There are X apples in a box and Y oranges in a crate. So these are boxes and these are crates of oranges. What does the problem tell us? That each box of apples contains X number of apples, not 10, not 50, X. And each box of oranges, let's pick orange color for oranges, contains Y oranges. Mrs. Thomas bought 3 boxes of apples and 1 crate of oranges. Step 1, let's break this problem. How many fruits did she buy? So the question is, all together, oranges and apples, how many pieces of fruit did she buy? So step 1, let's figure out, well, how many total apples did she buy? X 1 time, X 2 times, X 3 times. We can say 1X, 2X, 3X. All together in 3 boxes, there's 3X number of oranges. In a single crate, apples. In a single crate, we have Y oranges, 1Y. Except in mathematics, we don't say 1Y because it's redundant, we just say Y. So that was step number 2. Total number of fruits. Total number of fruits, or we can say it like that, right? Plus, we have to add them up, is 3X plus Y. That is our expression. That is that mathematical phrase that does not have to contain a equal sign. Now, let's use some numbers. Let's use some actual numbers. There are 20 apples in a box. And there are 30 oranges in a crate. Mrs. Johnson, so that's a different problem, right? That's example, let's call it example B. This was example A, we solved it, example B. There are 20 apples in one box. There are 30 oranges in a crate. So these are our crates again. And these are our boxes of apples, right? Boxes. Now, notice, we don't have a single box. We have ... X boxes. X boxes. The count of boxes is X. We don't have 1 or 2 or 3 orange crates. We have ... Y crates of oranges. The question is, how many fruits are there all together that Mr. Johnson bought? Express your answer. Remember, express your answer, meaning write an expression using X and Y. Variables X and Y. So let's begin. Step 1. What's the total number of apples? Well, 1 box of apples is 20. X boxes is 20 times X. So we have 20X apples all together. We don't know how many exactly, we just know they're X boxes. Now, what about oranges? In Y crates of oranges, 30 oranges each. It is 30 times Y oranges. And in total, all together, how many fruits? Let's write an expression. We add them up. It's 20X plus 30Y. That is our expression, algebraic expression. This is what we did. We translated English into the language of algebra, or English to algebra. Now let's practice question number 20, page number 20. I'm going to write it right here. Page 20. A telephone company charges X cents for local calls. X cents for local calls. And Y cents for long distance calls, right? So long distance are more expensive. They cost Y cents each. Y cents, Y cents, Y cents. How much does Mr. Morris have to pay? How much if he made a 5-minute local call? So it's 5 times X, right? That's the total cost of local calls. And he made a 4-minute long distance call. So it is 4Y. 5X for local and 4Y for long distance. All together, when we add them up, it is 5X plus 4Y cents. Now, interesting part. If X, right, if the cost of a local call is 10 cents and a cost of a long distance call is 30 cents, how much does it cost? How much does it cost? We use substitution. We've seen substitution in our first few lessons. Substitution, we substitute the value in place of a variable. So step 1, 5x, right, is equal to 50 cents. And that's for local calls. And 4y, step 2, right? 4y, it's 4 times 30 is 120 cents. That's for long distance calls. And now 50, right? When we want them together, how much did he have to pay? We have 170 cents altogether, which is the same as $1.70. Mr. Morris paid $1.70 in case if local call costs 10 cents a minute and long distance is 30 cents a minute. Now, next problem. A small box contains 4 grapefruits and a big box contains 9 grapefruits. Sometimes I make a simple drawing. We have a small box and it contains 4G, and we have a larger box that contains 9G for grapefruits. Jimmy bought X small boxes. Did Jimmy buy 1 box? No. 2, 3? No. He bought, we don't know how many, we just say he bought X boxes. Now, what about grapefruits? Why big boxes? So, of course, he had more than 1. Do we know exactly how many? No, the problem tells us why boxes. Why large boxes? Step 1. How many grapefruits altogether in small boxes? Well, 4 in each times X boxes is 4X. There are 4X boxes altogether in small boxes, small grapefruits. And I'm going to use a different color. How many grapefruits in large boxes? Well, 9 in each times number of boxes is how many? Y. It would be 9Y. Let's write it down. Ooh, almost invisible. 9Y. How many grapefruits did Jimmy bought all together? 4X plus 9Y. That is our expression. Notice the question asked us, express your answer using or in terms of X and Y. And that is our answer, expression. We have an expression. We translated English to math. Now, if X is equal to 5, so we have small boxes, the number of small boxes is 5, and the number of large boxes is 7. If that's the case, let's substitute. We would have, for the large boxes, we would have 9 times 7, and for the small boxes, we would have 4 times 5, and of course, we would add it together, and the answer is 20 plus 63 equals 83 grapefruits. 83 grapefruits. Okay, we have 4 times 5 here and 9 times 7 in large boxes. So this is how we first write an expression. Step 1, write an expression. Step 2, compute the exact value if the given values of x and y are 5 and 7. I hope you find this lesson on translation